Yay! Oh my gosh, I did the timing perfectly. I am so proud of me right now. So hello, everyone. My name is Abby. I am the tarot aficionado of AV Tarot Reading. My partner in crime, well, I say crime, but it's basically all things that are awesome in my environment, is Melissa. She'll be joining us for just a quick hello.
Moderating.
Yes, you are moderating. She's moderating. We're moderating. She's also going to be the person who's going to be selecting questions for us today. Do keep in mind, we select based on question variety. So not necessarily a first come, first serve or what have you, but more of like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a stew. It's a soup. We got to season it appropriately as we are learning, as we are in a mass desire to perfect the chicken noodle soup. You should see our kitchen. It's a big old stock pot of awesomeness at the moment. So please let me know that you can see me, that you can hear me, that everything is coming through just fine. I want to make sure that that is the case before we hop too far down. Today is December 2nd. Thank you so much for that, babe. What we're going to be doing is reading tonight, slinging cards from 8 o'clock till about 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, my time. The way that you can participate if you'd love to have a question read is just by typing your question directly into the comments section. I do ask that it's one question per comment, but feel free to throw in as many questions as you want to have looked at. I have no problems reading for you multiple times. I do suggest that we get very specific, get very direct in the questions that we're looking for, because I feel like the devil's in the details, you know? So if you ask a particular question, but we get a little bit vague, then the answer tends to be also a little bit vague. So the more direct, the more specific, the better. So we're doing about 6 cards. Sometimes a little more shows up, but often we keep it about 6. I like to make sure that we understand what type of questions I'm not going to be pulling cards on, because I think it's really important that you know this in advance. So the primary one I'm not going to be doing is anything COVID related. So if you're wanting to know if you have it, or if grandma has it, or if somebody else has it, or it's going to pass because they have it, we are going to reserve that for the physicians. I'm not going to do time of death questions. I'm not going to do lottery questions. I'm not going to dig into questions about your ex's new girlfriends or person, because that's none of our business anymore. It doesn't help us move on. I love to do work that is empowering, that is enriching, that is inspiring in some way, shape, or form, or at least useful information. So ones that kind of like nibble at our joints and our wrists and our things, I'm not a big fan of that one. But I do love to have fun, make you laugh, play, see what shows up. So will you share the love? Will you tag a friend, share with your sister, hit the height? Hit the height. Yes, babe, we got to hit the height now, right? So hit the like. Please subscribe if you're in YouTube land. If you're in Facebook land, please just like and not subscribe. Like and follow. We'll get the words correct. Like and follow. The hearts just help the Facebook gods understand that I am a person of value and of worth. And also shares the analytics, and it kind of pushes the video out a little bit further, and it helps other people know that tarot can be strange, weird, and unusual in that good way. In that good way. So let me hop into the comments. I want to see who's here. Please say hi to me. I want to make sure that I understand who's here, that I see who's here, that it's visiting. We got some diehards that always come back. I love all of y'all. Like individual hugs, each and every one of you. Hi, Allie. Hi. Ooh, Alexa King. Did you just tag somebody? I hope to see this person. Oh, Alexa, hello. Hello from Stacia Michael. Oh, y'all gonna make me blush. I'm so glad that this whole big old family of friends, family, whoever it happens to be, has come to hang out with us this evening. So hello, dear sweet souls. Wendy, hello, sweet pea. You love the hair tonight? Yeah, I'm going for big or go home. Well, I am home, huh? So where do we go if we can't go home?
COVID life.
I know, COVID life. We can't go home no more because we're already there. I have to figure out another way to do the quip, you know, make sure it's appropriate. Shantae, hello. Ivory, hello. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love to see you people here already. Belina, hello. I see Coach Hustle. Hi. I was like, wait, is that the person? No, it's not. Okay. It's Ray. Coach Hustle's Ray?
Yeah.
I knew it was you. Hi, Ray. Oh my goodness. I'm super excited for you all here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I look forward to slinging some cards. I'm using Centennial Rider-Waite Smith. It's the style cards that we all know and love. If I get rambunctious, I may just hop into my box of tarot goodies and pull out another one. But I think we'll probably keep it here today. I'm feeling like We want to stay in the intuition, stay in the fun. So let me go ahead and hop out of comments so that we can go ahead and start shuffling in here in just a minute. Melissa's going to be pulling questions. So please go ahead and throw those questions into the comments so that I can start pulling them for you. Wendy would love a reading. Please throw in your question, sweet pea, so that we can get that going for you. So the way that I like to read, I'm very question and answer. So you have a question, I love to provide an answer. My brain works very well that way. I tend to be a bit solution focused, and I want to provide answers. Like it's like I'm a little hammer and I see nails everywhere and I want to hammer nails. So I use my tarot cards to provide answers, to provide information, to provide insights, either on the past, present, or maybe a little bit ahead in the future. So let's just hang around and see what shows up for us. Let me go ahead and get shuffling. When Melissa's ready, she'll go ahead and pull cards for us. Yay! You got YouTube land? Oh, hello, you YouTubes. Okay. Shantae! Ooh, darling. Hello there. Hello to you. Will we conceive soon? All right, sweet pea. And just for further instance, when we say soon, I love to quantify that so that we know, like, soon for me might be a little different for soon for you. So when I'm thinking soon, I'm thinking 3 months. Seems to be about, within 3 cycles. Seems to be soon. If it's like 6 months, it's like, okay, that's a little bit. A couple years, like, why are we talking? So let's aim for like 3 months. Seems to be, will we conceive soon? Seems to be good. All right, what do we need to know about this? What do we need to know? So I'm all shuffled in. Let's go ahead and start pulling cards for Miss Shantae. Will you conceive soon? Will you conceive soon? Okay, there we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, hun bunch. Okay, so the first card at the bottom of the set is the Fool. And when I say bottom of the set, that's the card that's at the bottom of the deck. I call that the shadow card. And that card kind of like shares a little bit of fairy dust, metaphorically, influence, information, essence of the entire read. So it just gives a little bit of insight in addition to the cards that I've already pulled. So the Fool is kind of talking to us directly about that new adventure, that new start, that new at the start of something different. The other cards that pulled out for us was the King of Wands, along with the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So when we're asking the question, like, directly, are we going to conceive soon? I feel like you very well may. And I say may because there's a series of fortunate events that have to occur for you to get, a successful conception, because we're also not asking for, we got to all the way to a pregnancy, all the way to delivery, safe, happy, healthy delivery kind of thing. So there's lots of moving parts to this story, and we're just looking for the conception part. The other cards that I have for you, hun, is the the 10 of Swords, along with the 3 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So my thought, though, is that this space and time, you're going to get your emotions high, elevated, and you're going to have a couple letdowns, I think, before you actually get the winning stick, the winning result that you're looking for. As of right now, I think 3 months is probably that sweet spot for you regarding soon, but I just wouldn't be surprised if, for instance, this month you go and test and it doesn't go, and you get really excited and then heartbroken all at the same time. So if you're able to do what you can to kind of keep them emotions way level, way chill, if it happens, it does. If it doesn't, we still got time. We still got more opportunity. We still got a couple, more months to figure this shindig out. But the more relaxed, the more in like pleasant space you can stay, the faster and more likely it's going to occur for you. My thought, though, and something I wanted to follow up with you on, maybe you can just type it into the comments for me. Are you doing like in vitro? Are you doing like fertility? Like, are you doing something else to support that? Because when it comes to the 10 of Swords, my first thought was shots. Like if you're doing like fertility treatments or fertility shots. Just a thought, but go ahead and type that into the comments for me. Just a little more information for me on my end. But I don't see why it couldn't happen soon, my dear. But thank you so much for your question. I totally need to like hop in and see what else shows up for Shantae. So my dear Ray, I posted a post to hire a photographer for some photos for my business. Are they ideal or not? Are they ideal? Oh, is it a good idea? Or are they ideal? I think is it a good idea to hire a photographer? I'm slightly giggling because I feel like you already know that this is the best move for your business, but there's that point of second guessing. Sorry? Delegation. Yes. I almost feel like Melissa needs to come in and join the conversation when it comes to like the reseller business life, because it's like, you need to delegate. You need to delegate the tasks that do not directly contribute to, what is it you used to tell me? It's like, you do the stuff that is your favorite to do so that you can delegate, or, there's another word when you give a job to outsource. You can outsource someone to do a better job for you. Anyway, because Melissa's over here telling me so you can focus on the bottom line. So,
But they want to know who wants to say a good idea.
Of course, it's a good idea. I know. I'm just waiting for Melissa to tell me more. Like, feed me more information, babe. And she's like, "Oh, will you do your job?" Love me, thank you. All right, Ray. Let's pull some cards for you, hun, because I know that's what we're here for. Huh? Is the person a good fit? That's what I needed to know, darling. Okay, let's see. What do we need to know about this particular photographer? Is this person a good fit? Is this person a good fit? So my first little nudgies and feelies and tinglies that are in my arms, I feel like it's a kind of fit. And it's not bad, like all hell's gonna break loose, your business is gonna fail. Like, don't think of it like that. Is it 100% amazing? Nah, I would say good 80%. Like, you will see aspects of this situation that are gonna be less than ideal, that are going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to recalibrate how you position the role, how you talk about the role, how you act as a leader in this role. So it's like, even though it's not going to be 100% amazing, you will have so many opportunities to kind of shift it a little bit. It doesn't feel like a total long-term, like they're going to be with you like years. It seems like, okay, this is a nice contract job for the next 4 or 6 months or so-ish. Let's see what else shows up for us, hon. What else do we need to know? Photographer. I feel like clear communication. I mean, it's a duh, but I feel like being extra clear would be very useful, just so that there's no mixed words and no assumptions being made. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's like I pulled the Hermit. And so the first thought that came to mind is that the photographer very well may have this kind of like artistic nudge, where it's the, you hired me to do this job, now accept what I give you kind of thing. And it's more of like, no, this is a partnership and we need to work together to get the thing that I've requested done. So it's just that little shift, if that makes sense for us. All right, so there's Justice. What else shows for us? Are they a good fit? Okay, so like I mentioned, we pulled the Hermit along with Temperance and the 5, 6, 7 of Swords. My first thought is, how are you handling letting go of control? Like, are you okay with that? Or is that something that you might sometimes struggle with? Because that might start to wake up a little bit in you. Oops. The other card I have for you is Justice, along with the King of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Everything for me that I'm feeling out of this situation is this is a really excellent opportunity for you to level up. So long story short, it almost doesn't matter if they're 100% an amazing fit. They are going to help you figure out ways to level up your business. And that's going to be amazing for you and wonderfully useful. So to me, it feels like that on the scale of 0, they're freaking terrible, to 100, they're amazing. It seems like an 80-ish. You will be fine, essentially. This is going to give you so much in learning that like the fit don't even matter, because the learning is going to be so good. So I hope that helps, dearie. I hope that helps. But thank you so much for that question. Yay. Facts, clear. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's get shuffling. Will I change careers in the next 3 months? Thank you so much for that super direct, Allie. I love it. All right, will you be changing careers in the next 3 months? Well, 1, the Ace of Pentacles just flew out of my deck. So I'm going to say that's probably a high level yes in the next 3 months. But let's see what else it wants to tell us. Because it's like, you can't just tell me the end of the story at the beginning. Like, just ruins the show for me. Anyway, let's see. What do we need to know about this? You changing careers in the next 3 months? I'm assuming that you've already like thrown out your applications, feelers, resumes, whatever the thing is where you've already done that. If not, I feel like you already have, because even just saying that, I'm like, no, I think you have. All right, what do we need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun bunch. So I have the Six of Swords, King of Swords, along with the Four of Wands. My first thought is like wherever it is that you're at, like the feeling that I was getting is like the desire to change or the desire to leave where you're at to go into something else. Like that was kind of like one of those long time coming kind of things. So I'm wondering if like, has this been on the burner for a while and you're just like kind of now making these decisions to actually get out of your current role if you're employed, or get out of your current situation to go into something else? The other card I have for you is also Justice, also King of Pentacles, and then the 2 of Pentacles. So ultimately, hon, I feel like whatever it is that you've been doing to start that change for you feels like it's going to be useful for you. It's going to be productive for you. And you're going to end up with a couple options to choose from within the next couple months. So that's useful. I do love that. When you start to get those new, like little notifications or emails about, interviews or beginning to do that whole process, like totally reach out. We can start like digging into like what this interview is going to be like in relation to like, will you be getting an offer from this one? Will you like the offer that they present? What kind of negotiation might be best suited for you? But yeah, it's totally worth talking more about. Totally worth more talking. But thank you so much for that question, Allie. And please feel free to throw in any of your comments. If it resonates, if it lands, let me know in the comments. It kind of helps me see where the calibration lies when it comes to tarot land. But thank you so much. Let me go ahead and get shuffling again. Hi. I hope this is specific enough, I'm sure. What do I need to know about pursuing my art right now? Hell yeah, that'll work. Let's see, Miss Melina. What do you need to know about pursuing your art right now? Pursuing your art. The first thought that I had is that whole like moment of creative slump. Like when it reminds me of, when artists look at a canvas and they get intimidated by the blank canvas or the blank page. And so I'm wondering if there might be like occasional bits of that, like when you have the blank and then you have the anxiety or the angst that comes up with that. Let's see what else. What else do we need to know? Oops. What else do we need to know? Pursuing your art. Something that I'm coming back to, this is like the second time it's shown up, is in relation to your faith regarding your art, regarding your work or your abilities. So something about your faith in relation to your work. I feel like that might be something to like put a pen in it so that you can revisit, maybe like unpack it, like look at how much belief you have in yourself or in your work, or maybe the area of work that you've taken up, just to examine it, like intimately examine that. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? I promise I'm going to pull cards. Or like, we got one tidbit, another tidbit. Hold on. We're going to pull cards. What else do we need to know about her art? Whoever it is that talks down to you about your art, like, I really want to like kick them for you. It's like the first thing that I felt was like that, or the other thing I felt was the, the well-meaning friend that critiques but poorly. It's like, it's not there's a constructive critique, and then you're an asshole. There is a difference. I feel like there's a person who inadvertently is the asshole, and it's like, seriously, can you sandwich that like people have taught us how to? See what else we need to know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun. So the shadow card at the bottom of the deck was the seven of Pentacles. So when it comes to your art, I love that you're doing art, because it brings something up in you that nothing else right now does. And so just remembering to have patience with it, because so often we want something to happen right now, but it needs time to unfold, unfurl, develop. Think of like a pregnancy or a baby. Like, we want it to go the whole 9 months or 10 months. We don't want it to show up early. If it shows up early, then there are going to be some issues. So it's like, allow things to have their full gestation, their full time to come through. The other cards that I have for you is the Empress, speaking of pregnancy, the Empress, along with the 9 of Cups, excuse me, and then the Fool card. So you following art so long as it continues to make your heart fizzy and sing and all the bells and whistles and that little trance that you kind of fall into when you're getting in that creative zone and you're in your lane, you're like your lane, like your little conduit, your lane, whatever word you want to use for it, and you feel like you're flying 100 miles an hour doing that. That's your obsessive spot. That's perfect. That's a sweet spot. Stay there. Stay there. The other cards I have for you, hun, was the King of Wands, the Emperor, and the Star. And to me, this circles back to your faith. That circles back to any self-doubt that you have in relation to it. Honey, if I could give you anything, I would send you this card, which is the Emperor, and remind you to sit in authority when it comes to your own work. That is the best thing about art, is that it's completely subject to interpretation. So it's not as black and white as like my pen. The pen has certain criteria. When it's art, it's fluid, it's softer, it's a little bit more subjective instead of being so black, white, and what have you. So stay in a seat of authority when it comes to your work. Don't allow other people to shake you out of your work or shake you because of your work. So it's just your confidence with it, I think, is maybe the big picture, your confidence regarding your work. And just like own that shit. Big as hell, just own it. Own it, honey. But thank you so much for your question. I hope that helps a little bit. And do let me know if you have any other questions. Wendy, did I do the right thing leaving your boyfriend? Ooh, honey. Let's see what I can find out for us. Did you do the right thing? Did you do the right thing? All right, Wendy. What do we need to know about this? Did Wendy do the right thing in leaving her person? Am I correct in totally like throw this comment in if you'd like, my dear. Am I correct in the feel like this was a long time coming kind of thing? Like this is the writings on the wall kind of situation? It's kind of like one of those, if people were just paying attention enough, or if you were paying attention enough, you would have seen this coming kind of thing. Did you make the right decision? Yeah. Okay. Let's pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So the first card I have for us, Sweet Pea, is the Death card, along with the Ten of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Is it the right thing? I think Abby likes to hop out of responsibility on, was this the right thing or was it not? I prefer, like, do you is more the thing. Do you feel like it was the best decision for you, or do you feel like it was a terrible decision to make? And because we can evaluate it from there, outside of what I think about the situation. However, I have the Four of Pentacles in addition, along with the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So overall, looking at all of these cards, especially that first series, my thought is that the relationship or the connection or something about it stifled everybody. So was it a good decision? I feel like right or wrong is like a mute point. Like that's not the thing that we need to focus on. So it's like, if I could just push this off to the side, I feel like you made the best decision that you could with the information that you had. And so right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It's like you did the best you could. Long story short, I feel like both of you were a bit despondent or in denial about what was going on between the two of you. So I have the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. To me, this is like someone holding on to dear life, kind of like over my dead body kind of card. And then we have the complacency, the whole, I see what I see, but I don't want what I have. I want something else, but I don't know what it is. So it's just like nobody's on the same page. So I feel like you did the best. You made the right choice based on the information that you had. Is as close to a yes or no I'm going to give on that. The other card, or the last card, was the Queen of Wands. To me, this gives you the opportunity to kind of climb back into your own shoulders, per se, your own effervescence, per se. So it's like now we all get to get better. We all get to heal. We all get to make things right for ourselves and move forward from a more empowered place of growth. So from this side of the fence, it seems like you did the right thing. I wouldn't be surprised if you're dealing with a whole lot of emotions on your end, though. So I think you did okay, hun. Like, do whatever you need to do to kind of feel better in the meantime, because I'm sure there's like the up and downs, but do whatever you can to kind of rebalance yourself out. But ultimately, I think you did okay. But thank you, dearie. Thank you so much for your question. Alexa, will I do well enough on my LSATs to get to my dream school? Ooh. Okay. Let's see what shows up for you. And that's it. Your LSATs are, is that in relation to nursing? I think so. You totally have to tell me, like, throw that into the comments. Is that in relation to nursing LSATs? Because I remember, like, gosh, back in the day when I was in college, I used to do a program that had nursing students, and I remember that conversation all the time, as well as the MCATs when I was doing pre-med. Law, damn it, I'm so off. Never mind. Law school, okay. Let's see. Are you gonna do well enough on your LSATs to? I wonder what nursing is now. Now I totally want to know. Next time. Yeah, another time. Are you gonna do well enough to get into your dream school? I'm gonna do well enough to get into your dream school. How many dream schools do you have? Side question comment. Okay, dream schools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so first card we have is the Ace of Cups. So I'm inclined to think overall, that's like, there's a sprinkling of yes overall. We're going to start there. So the other card I have for you is the World. I have the 5 of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So my first thought on this top series is that whatever school you're going to have to move for, 6. You have 6 dream schools. Okay, gotcha. I'm glad you have options, honey. So I'm glad you have that. First, I'm thinking you're going to end up moving for this school. So, I don't know your location versus where the schools are. So it kind of sounds like obvious. You may need to move for it. But I feel like in that move, there's going to be an aspect to it that's disappointing. So I'm wondering if like school number 1, 2, and 3 said no, but 4 said okay, and 5 came with contingencies that are like, okay, no. And so you're a little bit on the disappointed end. But hun, if we're looking at the cards that fell over, the 4 schools that said no, and then we forgot that we have these other schools that said yes, don't allow that to hamper your spirits. Don't allow that to get you down. Like, look at the schools that said yes and then go all in kind of thing. The other cards that I have for you is the 4 of Pentacles along with the 3 of Wands and then the 6 of Cups. So my first thought is the financial end of this is going to show its face for you in a way. So I'm wondering, like, if we're working towards, if at all possible, do what you can not to incur student loan debt. Please don't. And then also see if you have family that's willing to kind of chip in and support. But I keep like, and maybe this is my own personal fears because I'm also a person who had student loan stuff, is like, don't do student loans, don't do student loans, don't do student loans. So if you can get help, if you can do scholarships, if you can ask grandpa, if you can, like, whoever you have available to you that will, don't ask them to co-sign. Ask them for their cash contribution to further your education. Find every scholarship under the sun. However, I do think you're going to get into one of your schools. Like, so to answer that question, to get into one of your 6 dream schools, I think that's going to be a yes for you, dearie. But yeah, lots of stuff in there. Huh? But thank you so much for your question, Alexa. Yay! All right, let me get a shuffle in again. And please feel free to go ahead and throw in more questions. I don't mind. What time do you want to know? Will you get the job? Okay, let's see what shows up for us. Oops. Will you get this job? Let's see what shows up. Will you get the job? I kind of want to know, like, I have questions because it's like, I feel like you're in this weird space in the process where it's like, we don't have all the information yet. So the decision on if you're going to, if you're not, isn't exactly clear, but I'm still going to pull. Like, I still want to see. Let's see. So I'm wondering if they're still interviewing. I wonder if they're still trying to figure it out or what. So let's see what shows up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So I have Judgment. Along with that 7, is that a 7? That's a 7 of Pentacles. Along with the 2 of Pentacles, I'm going to go ahead and go forward with the 4 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. There's a ton of pentacles here. So I won, to me, that's just like verification or validation of like, haha, work related. Got you. Okay. So are you going to get the job? I'm inclined to think that you are very likely going. And I say likely because it feels like this is not set in stone yet. I feel like you're a contender, but amongst others. So the other cards that kind of hopped out of the situation was the Five of Wands. So this to me is like people that are maybe not on the same page or bickering about who's going to get what, who's going to do what. So not everyone has agreed as to what the terms are as of yet. And then the Hangman is all about just let that shit go and just rest on it because this is out of your control. You've done what you could. You've done your song and dance portion of it. And now it's just like, you have no control over what can be done from here. So worrying extensively isn't going to do you a whole lot except make you nuts. So just breathe your way through that as much as possible. I think even trying to say, I think you will get the role only feels like 3/4 of the way there. So it's not 100% yet. It's not all the way there yet. So I'm going to say like, it feels like if I'm looking at a line, you're like 75. There you go. That's a good distance. 75% there to possibly getting the role. I'm not completely okay with saying it's yours just yet. I feel like it's still in the works. So let me know how this works out over time because I want to find out for you, hon. So now you have to let me know. But thank you so much for reaching out, Sweet Pea. Thank you so much. Oh, it's that time. Oh my goodness. So you all sweet souls, a lot of you are diehards that have been hanging out with me since the beginning of Tarot Land for me here. And so I want to thank you all the time for you hanging out during the session, you hanging out with me during all the other sessions. I love that so much. With all of that, we are doing a lot of changes to shift, level up, evolve my practice and how we do readings, how we do services, and how I conduct business moving forward. So one of the things that I'm shifting, I forgot my little alarm here thing. There you go. One of the things that we are shifting, if you've not spotted the little message that I posted to the Facebook page a couple days ago, is that I have pared back my services to focus on services that I feel provide my best work. So we have removed the Facebook chat and we've removed the email readings, and we're going to be focusing on Zoom face-to-face services, there we go, readings that are in 30-minute or 60-minute increments, as well as pre-recorded personalized video readings, which are very lengthy readings that are around, well, shortest ones are about 20 minutes to as long as an hour, depending on how in-depth we're getting. I am in the middle of testing out a New Year's service that runs about an hour. But some of the shorter ones, like our business or our relationships, our new moon or full moon readings, those are a little bit on the 20-minute to 40-minute timeline. So as of right now, we've pared back some of the services so that I can focus on the services that I feel like I provide my best work to you all. So if you would like to get a service done with me, the way that you can find that information is directly on this posting. So Facebook or YouTube, it's in the posting. Also, Melissa is diligent about dropping those into the comments, so you'll be able to see them, there. And you can also click on my face, or you can send me a message, and I can also send you the link to the website. So feel free to copy, paste, or save, or link and pin it, whatever you need to do so that you have that information. We also leave these videos on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page. So this information is still available to you after today. So lots of stuff in regards to that. Those are the two big things. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Gotta make sure, like, with my brain. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and cancel my timer. Yay. Shall we hop back in? And have some more funs? So please feel free to go ahead and throw in your questions. If you weren't here at the beginning and you're new here now, the way that you participate is you throw a question into the comments. Melissa picks based on variety of question type instead of first come, first serve. But yeah, please throw in your direct question into the comments and we'll be pulling those over time. So my dear, I know I'm working on it. New subscriber.
No,
them. I'm working. New subscriber. Hello, Sweet Pea. May I ask if the Cancer guy is still involved with the other woman? Ooh. Okay, hun. So this is an ethics question on my part. I will give you what I think or what I'm feeling. I'm not going to give a hard yes or a hard no, because I do feel that when it comes to that kind of situation, you need to talk to the horse or get the horse's mouth. Talk to the person about what's going on with them. But let's see what the energy of it looks like. So we'll look around. Let's see. Is this person still involved? What do we need to know? Oops, what do we need to know? First card hopped out, so we'll definitely be using that one in here too. What do we need to know? Okay, so hun, one of the things that I'm feeling off of the situation is the relationship that you have with yourself. So I'm wondering, how's your heart? What's going on here, hun? I just have like want to hug it and love on it and tell you that you're amazing and awesome and screw people who are trying to do anything off the side because they're not worth your time or your energy. So I hope that you think that way of yourself. And if you don't, come visit with me. I will chat with you as long as you need. But let me pull up some more cards. Hold on. So I have the first couple. Let's see what shows up for us. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, hun. First couple sets of cards. I have the 3 of Cups along with the 6 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So this whole series kind of has this one feel to it, and then this other series has another feel to it. So my thought is that someone's not being forthcoming about their stuff. So I'm wondering if that's why we're asking the question to begin with, is because there's this deep partition between who you are with, for instance, who you are with me versus who you are with them kind of thing, or with other people. So the other cards that I have for us, hon, is the 4 of Cups along with the 7 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. My impression is that there's options. The other cards that I have for us is the 5, 6, 7 of Swords along with the 3 of Pentacles and then the 10 of Wands. So ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised in this situation if there's options. Now, what kind of options, I don't know. I'm not digging that deep, but what I'm feeling like is that ultimately their attention is distracted by either people, games, work. Who knows? It's probably work, because the 3 of Pentacles in there is a work-related card. However, with the 10 of Wands, I feel like there's a burdensome aspect to this. So what is it about this connection? What is it about this situation? What is it that is not helpful but heavy? So self-reflective. Maybe dig into that a little bit on your own, or journal, like what part of the situation isn't useful, isn't benefiting you, and are you okay with that? That's always the question, because sometimes we take on ownership and responsibility and hardships knowing full well what's going on there. And hey, that's what we signed up for. And there's sometimes it's like, oh, this showed up. What the hell? Why am I holding this bag? Why am I holding this boulder over my head? I didn't sign up for that. Well, then put it down. Anyway, that's just an Abby though. But I hope that sheds a little bit of light, because I honestly am a firm believer in ask that question directly to your person. But I don't mind looking at the top layer of it. But thank you so much, Sleepy. You're a new follower. Sweet. Hello. And you want to know, Kathy dear, will you get your driver's license? Oh, cool. Let's see what shows up for us. Will you get your driver's license? Will you get your driver's license? Okay, hon. Let's see what shows up. She gotta get a driver's license. Huh. Okay. Are you gonna, sorry, I'm humming for a second, because when I'm like hopping into your situation, I feel like driving gives you a little bit of anxiety, or something about it gives you like a brain anxiety. Like I feel nervous, I'm feeling a little dizzy, but it's like when you not quite hyperventilate, but you're taking entirely too many deep breaths. And you're like, I'm trying to calm down, but I'm like, whoa, kind of way. So just, is that where your head's at right now, hon? Because, oh my dear, hold on. Calm down, it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, hon. Well, you get your driver's license. So the first card that I have for you is the Page of Swords. I also have the Moon card and the Star card. So the other bit I have is the 10 of Swords along with the Hermit and the Page of Wands. My thought, this feels like this has layers to it. So You have so much anxiety. Gotcha, hun. I feel like that's what's getting to get in your way a little bit because right now I feel like this is going to happen in layers where it's like, for instance, I'm reminded of the situation where I was able to get my permit, but I failed my driver's test the first time because of a stupid right on red thing. Anyway, so it's like I failed it the first time, but I got it the second time. Like it wasn't an issue. So I feel like your first go or this next go may not be a winner for you, but when you go back and do it again, that second time that's going to be so much easier. The conditions are going to shift a little bit. It's not going to be as hard or as dramatic. And maybe even just the familiarity of having done it before helps you do it a second time just fine. So the first time doesn't feel like a winner. Like it feels like wicked amounts of disappointing, but the second time seems like, okay, now I've gotten a little bit more focused. Now I got the first one under my belt. I can do this a second time. Yeah, hun. Oh, sorry. I was just looking at your shadow cards too. So I have the Two of Wands and then along with that Nine of Swords. So this is just something that you're thinking a ton about. I feel like you will get it eventually. I don't feel like your first testing is going to be a winner. I feel like your second or your others are going to be just fine though. So you will get it eventually, my dear. But yeah, no worries. Hi, DM. I like that your name is DM because it's like, are you going to DM me? Kind of, anyway, point is. Is T genuine about trying to come back around to reconcile? I don't know if I can trust it. Sweet. Okay, let's take a look and see what's going on there. Is T genuine about trying to come back to reconcile?
And they subscribe.
Oh, you subscribed? Thank you. Oh, y'all's gonna make my hearts all a-flutter. All a-fluttery. And if you ask my wife, you'd think that I'm like completely cold-hearted. I have no soul.
You just think a lot.
I think a lot, and I have no soul. No one said that? Apparently I don't. I don't know. Let's see. It's so hard not to like laugh. Okay. I'm trying to focus, babe. Is T genuine about trying to reconcile? Okay, let's see what shows up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. I feel like they are genuine about wanting to reconcile. However, the issue that I'm having with this is that the person hasn't shifted. The thing hasn't changed. They are still, it reminds me of those situations. It's like when you get back with an ex and the reason that you broke up to begin with is still there. So you get back together and you're like, seriously? You still leave your clothes all over the floor or whatever it happens to be. So the cards that I have that's leading me down that road, I have the Page of Pentacles along with the Hangman. There we go. And then the Empress. The other card I have for you is the Nine of Cups. And then we run into the Three of Swords with the Two of Swords. So I'm wondering who was the breaker-upper originally, because I feel like this is going to put you back into the situation where you have to do the rock and the hard place kind of decision, where you're probably going to end up having to like, okay, we got back together, we had our fun, and oh my God, you're still the same. And then you're like, okay, we might need to actually just this didn't happen kind of thing. So the reason that I put it like that is because they mean it now. However, the result of it is the question. That's the question mark for you. So can you trust it? I mean, I feel like they're being as authentic as they can regarding their desire to reconcile. But if it's productive or useful to do so, that's on you all. But thank you so much for your question. Thank you so much for that. And please feel free to let me know how these land for. I love looking back at these after, usually a day or two after we've done the sessions, to kind of see like, oh, what did y'all say? I gotta know. Let me get a shuffling. Hi. Do you see me meeting a solid romantic partner anytime soon? Okay. Well, let's see who can quantify soon. Shall we? Ooh, 2021. Yeah, let's do next year. This year, or like now to the end of the next year. Are you going to meet anybody? Solid romantic partner in that space and time. Solid romantic partner in that space of time. Let's see. Okay, hon. I feel like you're going to get some distractions, but not the thing, the the knight in shining armor, the sweep you off your feet, the tall, dark, and handsome, like that thing, like whatever that thing is. Like, I don't feel like that's gonna be here, but I feel like you're gonna get some distractions. So it might be some entertainment, but maybe not the check all the boxes kind of person. So let's see what shows up. Okay. Well, this whole thing is all about relationships. So the first card that popped out was the 5 of Cups. Your shadow card was the 2 of Cups. So this just to me is confirming this is all about relationships and connections. So the other card that I have for you, or cards, is Justice, along with the Ace of Pentacles and Lovers. So I definitely am getting the whole, like, there's going to be people around. There's going to be potentials. There's going to be potentials. The other card that I have, though, that's making me like, not quite, is I have Chariot. So that's a lot of movement. But with that Queen of Swords, that's kind of a, to me, that's a little oil and watery there, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. So to me, these two aren't on the best of terms. I mean, they can do it, but it doesn't scream longevity to me. But that's just me. So I feel like you're going to get a distraction, but it's not going to be the 100% winner. However, I would still like take each one that shows up as an experience and an experiment and test out your skills and learn something from each and every person that shows up around you. Ooh, cool. So the other 2 cards that I just pulled for you is the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. Which one was it? 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Don't get married too soon, okay? So it was just like, if you get that person who's a loving distraction, who's wonderful, who treats you well, that is great. Still give it some time to unfold and do its thing. Don't rush to the altar, please. Thank you. But thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it so much. Yay. Janelle, I smell our chicken soup. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay. Always. I'm food motivated, y'all. I'm just gonna say that about myself now. That's just it. All right, Janelle. Hello, Abby. Hello, Janelle. Janelle. Grateful to receive a rating from you. Sweet. Will I ever meet someone that will commit to me as a partner? Sweet. Okay. So we're going for ever, right? Will we ever commit to you as a partner? Will we ever? So that to me is already a yes, but I'm feeling like there's something that would benefit from shifting a little bit to make it a more seamless process, if that makes sense. So let's shuffle in a little bit and see what we need to know. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about having a committed partner for you? Ooh, okay. So something that's coming up for me twice now. And so when I get it twice, I'm like, let's talk about this. So, hun, something that we need to look at, or something that I would encourage you to look at, is the level of commitment that you have to yourself. And I legit mean the commitments that you make to yourself, the promises that you make to yourself, literally commitments that you make to yourself. Not just the New Year's resolution ones, but what kind of person you want to be, what kind of career do you want to have, what kind of job do you want to have, all those dreams and ambitions and the things that you tell yourself that you want to do. What is your level of commitment to yourself? Because I feel like that's going to have a big to-do, or a big spotlight regarding like what kind of person is going to be attracted to you and that be willing to make that kind of commitment. So let's see what else shows up for us, hon. What else do we need now? 1, 2, 3. I feel like right now, currently, you have terrible taste in men, but not like okay, not in a you go out of your way to pick shitty people. It's more of like, well, damn it, how'd that happen? And then we, move on and you go about and do your merry way. But they present well at first, kind of thing. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hon. So let me show you the cards that I have. So the first card at the bottom of the deck was your 4 of Pentacles. So to me, this is the holding on to your heart for dear life, like over my dead body, kind of like holding on, like, we're not letting this go kind of thing. The other cards that I have for you is the Knight of Swords, along with the 9 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. The other cards I have for you is the High Priestess, along with the 8 of Wands, and then the Page of Swords. So my first thought, hun, is right now you're going to be meeting some frogs, or like the whole Prince Charming the Frogs thing. So you're going to be kissing a few frogs, but of course you have the ability, you will be meeting someone that'll be open and willing to commit to you as a romantic partner for the long-term duration that you're aiming for. That's not a hardship. I feel like the hardship is reevaluating your relationship with yourself first and foremost, because the type of person that's going to be attracted to you or that you want to be attracted to you is going to be attracted to that. So it's like when we get that all cozy and massaged and glorious, then you turn into a beacon so your person can find you. And a lot of that's going to be intuition in your own knowing, and you kind of know that already. I feel like you know that, hon. But yeah. So to answer the question directly, of course, hon. But I hope that makes sense for you. And I hope that helps. Hon. Do let me know. Thank you so much for your question. Let's get a shuffle in. Belle. Okay, hold on. Belle Est Shay. It feels like a state, but it's not. I love your name. Do you think it's final? Oh, do you think it's final for you and your ex? I'm sorry to hear that it's that kind of situation. That's got to be a hard spot to be in when you still have like a tiny bit of hope and you're trying to evaluate, like, should I let this hope go or should I hold on to it? Let's see what shows up for us, hon. Is it final for you and your ex? And if you still have questions, sweet peas, please feel free to go ahead and throw them into the comments. I don't mind. I know we're going to be doing flashcards, flash readings here in a bit, which are one card, soundbite, super fast, get them all in at the last minute kind of readings. So please feel free to throw in your questions now so we can get to you and get to them. All right. Is it final for you and your ex? It feels muddy. Like you two aren't wanting to be done kind of thing. Now, if y'all should be done is another question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it final? Knight of Wands. I have the 2 of Wands along with the 4 of Cups. The other cards I have for you is the Empress along with the Hangman and the Page of Swords. It feels muddy. So it's like that half pregnant kind of half in and out, half in, half out kind of thing. It doesn't feel like it has a clear, definitive boundary to it yet. So I don't believe, no, it's okay. I'm thinking I should move forward. Gotcha. I think, okay, if you are thinking that you should move forward, then I would follow that until the cows come home, because right now all I'm feeling is that this shit is murky. Like that there's not been a clearly defined boundary or partition or we are over or this is done. Like we haven't decided that. And so because no one's decided that, I'm like, because this is all about the 2 of y'all. Have y'all decided that it's over? I feel like this is going to rest and shift back onto like, what kind of relationship do you want to be in? What kind of life do you want to have with this person or with this kind of person? And so if none of those feel good, if none of those things are creating any warm fuzzies other than like guilt, hardship, and everything else, then you moving forward is a great thing. I feel like you probably should, because you're even aiming that way. So I'm going to encourage you to follow your own intuition, your own instinct on that one, because all I see is y'all have not made up your minds on that yet. But follow your heart here, dear. That's what I meant to say. Follow your heart. So yes, those flash readings that we were just talking about. So you all, those are fast. Those are quick. Those are funny sometimes, because I'm telling y'all, stuff just be flying out of this face. So if you would like to have a card, and this is a 1-card reading. So if you'd like to have a card pull for a super quick tidbit, bit of advice, please go ahead and throw in your question into the comments right now. And Melissa will be pulling questions at lightning speed, and I'll be pulling a card, giving a read, pulling a card, giving a read, pulling a card, giving a read until we are done for the evening. So yeah, let's go ahead and get shuffled in. Do I have other cards? I feel like I do. Of course I do. Y'all don't know how many cards I have. Ooh, I want to, I thought I'd have something a little bit more dramatic than that. This will work. We're going to go back to our dark mansion. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, but yeah, now I want this one. All right, hun bunches. Yes, this is exactly what I want. Okay. Huh? There we go. All right, Teresa. Hey, sweetheart. I've been getting to know someone who I've had a short-term relationship with. Lately, he's been talking marriage. Is this relationship I can read, the relationship that will be ended in marriage, or should I date other guys? Honey, I want to give you a hug so bad. I'm going to give you hugs. So sending hugs to you, my dearest. Okay, let's see what shows up for us. Let's see. Here we go. What is this one? Dun, da, da, da. Ooh, this is the Four of Swords. This card is often reminding us to just rest. Just rest. I love the ambition. I love the questions. I love that your brain is thinking past today, but I feel like right now putting too much onto the relationship makes everything all a wonkadoo. So allowing both of you the opportunity to allow the relationship to unfold naturally is a great thing. If it's a short-term relationship, go ahead and continue to talk marriage for 2 years or a little bit longer. Just don't get married tomorrow. Don't get married next weekend because we're still figuring each other out. We're still figuring out who we are in relation to each other. So as of right now, it very well could end in marriage. What kind of marriage? You two are going to be figuring this out over time. So the suggestion from an Abby is to like, you can talk. Just wait a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much. All right, you'd love a reading. Will you have a family of your own soon? Ooh, okay. So Tiffany, let's see. Will you have a family of your own? Let's say we'll start that in 2021. Yeah, before the end of next year. There we go. Are you good? Oh, okay. Well, I have cards now. Let's see. Ooh, Hierophant. Hold on. Okay. So because of all the cards that hopped out, all right. This one is the 10 of Pentacles. That's all about family. So I'm going to go ahead and tell that's a yes. If you're aiming for getting like pregnant, starting a family, doing that whole thing, you very well could and can probably 2021. Now, how you go about that, those kind of details are between you and your other person. But I don't see why you couldn't. So yeah, thank you so much for your question. Madison, what are Cyrus' last name, current feelings towards me? Do you see him coming back? Thank you for the clarity. Let's see what shows up for us. Do we see him coming back? Here we go. What's this card? Ooh, 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 7 of Pentacles, if you take a look, this particular person is invested in the growth and development of his garden, essentially. So I feel like this has a loaded weirdness to it. So give me just a second. Let me sort it out, because there's part of it that feels like he's planted seeds with you that he feels like he can just come back and take advantage of or pick or, just come and visit when he chooses and then maybe like do some other things. Is he coming back? I feel like he very well may, but it feels like a back and forth. So it's like not a back and stay, but a back and forth. So at least as of right now, I feel like you're going to see him again or see from him again. All right. The Wonderful Land. What's coming towards me in December? Ooh, let's see what shows up. Pretty. Oop. Okay. We got it. Oh, December. So 10 of Wands hopped out of the deck for you for December. So to me, this is, while this card has like a heavy connotation to it, it's often about like burdens, hardships, responsibilities, things that are kind of heavy. However, one thing I do love about this card, though, is that this guy, even though he is kind of making his journey to home, he's not dropping a single piece of wood. He's not dropped his wands. He's not let go of the burdens or responsibilities. It may be heavy, but he's got it. He's got it. So to me, I'm wondering if it might be for December, you're feeling the weight of responsibilities and maybe even deciding like, okay, it's not great, but it could always be worse. It could be dropped all over the floor. But for right now, December looks like it's heavy, but you got it, essentially. Thank you so much. Ooh, that was high pitched. I'm sorry. All right. Blazing Eye. Yeah. Good night. Hello. Does Spirit Guides have any messages for me? Sweet. Let's see what shows up in one card for you. What do you want her to know in one card? Ooh, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. One card. Aww. Spirit Guides. Okay, so my first nudge and first intuition is, honey, let's not limit yourself to your spirit guides. You also have your ancestors and their team. So I feel like you have a spirit team. So not just your spirit guides, but your spirit team. So messages for you? Just feels like, hey, acknowledge the fact you got a team, honey. So not just one, but like many. And maybe start like communicating or talking or writing or journaling or something, just to kind of start opening that energetic dialogue so that you can actually put them to good use. Yeah. Thank you so much for that question. All right. Will I be victorious in my legal case? I am kind of tentative when it comes to the legal ones. Let's see what shows up and just be like, because when it comes to legals, it's so, it's like, it's something else. Anyway, we got one. Four of Pentacles is what just hopped out of the deck. So will you be victorious? Okay, so my first thought, hun, is that it doesn't seem amazing. When the Four of Pentacles is often kind of like a miser, like I've said it a couple times, the over my dead body kind of card. So to me, this is like, if there's a financial end to it, I feel like someone's being a cheap ass and kind of holding on to things and not letting go of resources or letting any movement happen whatsoever. This doesn't say amazing winning kind of thing to me. Now, I don't know if it doesn't say lose either, but it's like, oh, this is like, you didn't get as much as you thought you would kind of thing. Or someone's being a cheap ass and maybe instead of financial compensation, there's a free movie kind of thing. It's like, really? Anyway, so it's kind of meh. But thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. Will you pass your real estate test? Lena, let's see what shows up for us. Will you pass? And you know you're going to have to totally come back and let me know if you did. Because now I want to know. Now I'm invested. So like, don't let me come back and watch this whole thing and then be reminded and then have to like ping you and be like, so I want to find out. Will you pass your real estate exam? What about this one? Okay. Oops. Ooh, this is the Six of Pentacles. I feel like with a little bit of extra study, you'll be just fine. I think you can pass it. I think you will pass it. I think you'll pass it. And I say I think because it still feels like you're also a little bit tentative about if you're going to pass it. So it's like the more faith and the more certainty you hold, the better you'll be. So I think you will, hon. I think you can. And so you shall. Damn it, because I said so. Anywho. All right, Alyssa, would like to know what you see for Jordan and I. Ooh, thanks in advance. You're welcome. Let's see. What do you see for Jordan? What shows up for you and Jordan? What do you want to know? Oh, here you go. Jordan and you. What is this? Ew, looks like bickering. Are you and Jordan bickering at the moment? So when this card shows up for me, this is not often like, yeah, it's a bicker, but it's not like we're all separated. It's not like we're all falling apart at the seams. Just means like, oh, we're not seeing eye to eye, but we still care about each other kind of thing. So it seems like very not eye to eye at the moment, but nothing terrible. Like when this one comes up, it's not often like bad. It's just meh. It's annoying. There you go. Annoying. But thank you so much. Michaela, you had a bad argument with your boyfriend. Do you see me working out? Do you see we working out? Or this the end? Oh, let's see what shows up for us. What does she need to know? Here we go. What is this one? Ooh, skills tonight. Queen of Swords. My first thought is that we're going to have to figure out a way to compromise, because if nobody compromises on this situation, then yeah, you probably will end up partitioning it and separating it out. So it's like, where can some middle ground be met? Where can we come down off the horse or off the soapbox or off the whatevers to kind of meet at the middle on both sides? So not just them, not just you, but on both sides. But if not, then it seems like y'all may start to split that apart. But thank you for your question, my dear. How will December be for you? Let's see what shows up. How will December go for you? Oops, right here. How will December go? There we go. Ooh, December. So the Devil card is often about things that yank on us and manipulate us and kind of pull us around by our strings. So it's not necessarily a bad or a good card. It's more of a state of being. So it's like, it feels like December is going to pull you around by your chain. So, I mean, if you think about it, we have Christmas coming up, we have consumerism coming up, we have responsibilities and families and obligations and things that like to yank us around. So it seems like December might be a little bit of the yanking around, but you still have control over how much yanking you're going to allow, or how, tied up you're going to allow yourself to be. So just remember that part, but it seems like December is going to pull you around a bit, but I think you'll be fine. Alyssa, will Jordan and I get engaged one day? Ooh, let's see. Jordan, there you go. Jordan and I get engaged one day. When Jordan and Harry get engaged. There you go. What's this one? Trying to get the card. Da, 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 da. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. I'm inclined to believe that you will, because this the Queen of Pentacles is very much like the nurturer, the homebody, the house and home kind of queen. So I'm inclined to believe that I suspect a wedding bells eventually, or at least the engagement portion. At least the engagement portion. Thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. All right, let's get shuffling. Oh, thank you for all the YouTubes. YouTube land has been treating me so well. Thank you so much. Will you get your Australia study visa? I love that you can do that. I've never ever traveled to another country. I need to change this. I know this, and I'm going to eventually, especially when COVID land like goes away. But will you get your study visa? So the the King of Pentacles just popped out for me. So I'm inclined to believe that you will. Because again, that's another stable, steady kind of master of material things. So yeah, I don't see why not. Thank you so much for your question, dearest. How does YK feel about you currently? Here we go, Angel. What is this one? Ooh, cool. Looks like a good time. Celebration, 3 of Cups is usually good mood. It's festive. It's a bit of a party. Feels upbeat. If you're looking for romantic, it doesn't scream romance. It screams like, hey, we get along. We do well. You're fun kind of thing. Or like, this is okay kind of shindig. So it's like, what is it that you're looking for? And then we can aim towards that. But right now, looks like a good time. Thank you so much for that question. It is time for me to say good night, good evening, and what other time zone that we're in. You can find me here next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So long as life and time and what have you allow, if things change, we will let you know. If you want to schedule anything privately with me or one-on-one, please feel free to click on any of the links that were dropped into the comments or that are directly attached to this post. I will look forward to seeing you all again. Will you share the love of this video? Will you tag your friend, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your bestie from the sorority, whoever you need to? Tag someone that you know and just shares the love of tarot with the community and with others. So you all take care. Thank you so much. Today is December 2nd. I read from 8 p.m. to 9:08 p.m. So y'all take care.